Hey everybody! Well, today we're going to take a look at another one of these cool little metal models from a company called Mecrob. As you can see, that's how they spell their name. And this is the mixer. I guess it's a robot. I guess you could call it a robot. But it looks like a little, kind of like a squid or maybe an octopus, although this only has 6 tentacles. It's kind of cool looking, and I believe it's all metal. I did one of these earlier with the manta ray, which turned out to be a really cool model, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the parts that come with this. It also comes with this bag of goodies as well. So let me show you what all this comes with. Here's all the parts that come with this. Now this is not one of their bigger models, which is fine. Sometimes I just want to put together something a little more simple. So you can see all the different pieces that come with this. A lot of these are just hodgepodges of pieces of random things. Now this is really cool. That is the, if I can get no reflection on it, that's like a vacuum tube. That's what makes the head of the octopus or squid. So it's really neat that they're using some old vacuum tube for that. Here's all these parts here. And then this is the part that makes up the legs or the tentacles. And I'm not sure what those are. This is interesting. Now this does come with a light. The last time I built one of these was the that manta ray, and it did not come with the batteries for the light. That one did not come with the batteries. This one does. So I guess it's going to be here or there whether you're going to get batteries for these things or not. And then once again, it comes with all the tools you need. You get a nice set of needle nose pliers, a screwdriver, a little hex wrench, and a little cleaning cloth. So you get quite a bit of stuff with these kits. Here's the instruction book. That's what it's going to look like when it's all finished. And this is kind of like a legend that shows you all the parts that come with this. You can see that it doesn't come with a whole lot, so it'll be a nice simple kit to put together. It looks like you're going to spend a lot of time putting together the little legs or the tentacles on there. A lot of really tiny parts on these, which can be pretty tricky sometimes, but here you can see all that goes together. Looks like right there, I think those are the eyes, those blue things. There's that vacuum tube that becomes the head. Really cool part usage that they find, ways of using these random found pieces or whatever to make these little sculptures, and that's what it's going to look like when it's done. All right, well, I can't wait to get started on this. It should be pretty fun. Okay, so I'm this far along on this thing. I gotta say, this part is a real to put together. There is so many parts going on in between here. So on the instructions here, you'll see what I mean. Look at all these pieces that you have to put on one screw on there. So you got this one screw, and you got to put these in here, and it's one of these things where you're trying to hold all these different parts together before you finally get to put it all together with that one cap screw at the end here. And in the meantime, you got to try to squeeze these legs in between that part, and trying to get these 4 elements in between this section right in here. That is horrible, trying to get it all in between this part right here. That was horrible. I don't know how long I spent trying to get that on there, but it is on there. So also the batteries, there's already batteries inside the light right here, and then they also give you another set right there. So you get a spare set of batteries, so that's very nice that they do offer that. But oh man, that was rough. I hope the rest of this goes pretty good. But going through the parts really quick, you can see I'm already done with all those. All right, well, hopefully the rest of this goes much better. And here it is all finished. It looks pretty cool. Looks kind of like a weird space age looking squid or something. Very clever parts usage, just how they figured out how to make certain things look the way they do. Like the whole vacuum tube for the head. These blue things make some cool looking eyes. I'll show you what the lights look like when you turn it on. Now I did mention that this whole midsection right in here was kind of a nightmare to put together. And also, when you're putting certain parts of this together, some of it didn't make sense. For instance, here, let me show you the instructions right here. So here they tell you that you should bend this loop so that it's into a 90-degree angle like this. Now, I don't know why they tell you to do that, because later on when you install them, they're not showing them as being bent. And they won't fit unless they are straight. So if you're building this, don't bend those loops. You're not going to need to do that, because otherwise they won't fit right inside of here. So it's kind of goofy the way they did that. Sometimes these instructions don't make sense. These things here, they're totally flexible. You can do them however you want. I kind of try to make it look the way it was in the pictures. All right, so let me show you some close-ups. Here's the top of the head with that interesting looking vacuum tube. Haven't seen any of these in a long time. Our old TVs used to use vacuum tubes back in the day. So it's kind of cool that they are using it for this. Here's those nice iridescent blue pieces. And you can see there's like a washer and one of those kind of gear looking type of washers in there. All kinds of crazy stuff going on. It's, you know, like I said, it's not like one of the super most complicated metal kits that I've put together before, but it was still challenging, especially that midsection. That was really bad down inside there. These things are all flexible right here. You can bend these any which way you want. They're a little bit difficult to bend because there's a wire that goes on the inside of those as well to kind of add stability to them. And then you add these rubber bits. You will probably have to glue those little rubber tips on because they're really loose, so they're not going to fit quite right. This whole vacuum tube actually fits by just pushing it down into the light that's on there. It just pushes down on there. You put these little clear rubber tubes or rubber tubes. I guess they're kind of plastic or soft plastic, and when you push it down in there, that's what makes it kind of friction fit inside there. And that way, when it's time to change the batteries, you just pull this tube off, and then you'll be able to see the light, the little flashlight piece in there. All right, so let me turn the light on so you can see what it looks like in the dark. Okay, so let me turn the light on. Now, I think this little thing hanging down right here is supposed to be the front of it, so you're going to have to align this when you're putting it on so that when you turn the head, the eyes will face forward like this. So when you turn it on, here's the little light inside of there. Looks very cool. Let me turn off the lights here. There we go. Now you can see it a little better. It looks really neat. Those little lights, they're so tiny, it's amazing. And it seems like all of these metal kits use that same light. It's just a really tiny little twist light. When you twist it, that's what makes it turn on, because it puts pressure on the batteries and makes it go on there. And it looks very cool. Here's what it looks like close up. You can see all the little interior bits inside there. It's kind of cool. It takes advantage of the details inside of a vacuum tube like that. All the little glass bits. I'm trying to get the light to focus on it better. But it's kind of a neat little thing. I don't know how long those batteries will last in there. Probably doesn't use that much power, but still very cool looking. I like it. So there we go, the Mixer Squid. I guess it's just called a mixer. I'm not sure why they call it a mixer. It's kind of an odd name for it. But it's pretty cool. A neat little set to build. Won't take you that long to put together. There's not that many parts to it, as you saw, but it's a pretty cool little thing. So it retails for $36. And it's from Mecrob. I'll put a link in the description so you can just kind of click on it. You can check out some of their other cool little kits too. They have all kinds of interesting things. Some of them look like bugs or animals and stuff like that. But these ones kind of caught my eye just because I thought they were interesting. And I'm not sure all of them have lights in them, but it looks like a lot of them do. But it's a pretty neat little thing. All right, well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'd very much appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.